Nobody did like that, I thought. Okay. So these are the mehfils of this material world. So many mehfils are there. And this is just for the material world. Then you have a higher level of mehfils when you go to Swarglok. And all the celestial abodes that we talk about, the extent to which you can enjoy and the extent to which you feel lesser miseries when it comes to the limitations of the body and imperfections that we have to deal with in Mrityulok, that becomes significantly higher as you get into those kind of bodies and those kind of possibilities of life which we all have experienced. It's a different matter that we have forgotten. So these are the mehfils actually that is being spoken about. Right? Beautifully Maharaj Ji says his bhajans are full of tattva gyan plus teachings plus scriptural knowledge. Everything is like bundled into one bhajan. So these are the different mehfils that he's talking about. Let's proceed further. Now, we spoke about the activities, these mehfils, right? These are the mehfils. That's why we go for those. Mehfil is something where you go participate with an expectation that it is going to make us happy. And we said that the sense gratification, anything that we do is basically directed around sense gratification. Even when we are earning money or trying to work hard at our work and stuff like that, it is basically to buy things which will appeal to our senses or satiate our senses. Objects of sight like LCD TV, theater, movie, objects of hearing, we get iPods and stuff like that so that we can hear good music. Objects of taste so that we can have an Epicurean gourmet meal, maybe 7-course meal, or that particular dish that we always liked. Object of touch, that way of getting that feel of driving that BMW, which seems like an extension of your body. All these things are nothing but sense gratification. And then we also spoke about, the newer concepts that are emerging, tourism and experiences. It's all about gaining experiences in life. Patriotism, Marxism, familism, all these things are there. You can actually direct them properly as well. Nothing against these things, because these are God's energies only. However, the consciousness is sense gratification or selfishness, which is where the problem happens. If you do that with a sense of duty for the sake of or the pleasure of God, then the same act becomes devotional. So we said these mehfils have not been satiating us. In fact, these mehfils are making us run like this guy is running on the left-hand side, not going any further. His trajectory is very well carved out. You can call it an 8.4 million tourism, lifetime after lifetime, and there is absolutely no escape from it. So that is where we reached till yesterday. Let's move on now. So today we are going to talk about the divine aspect of it. Okay, what we said, that material is something that is not going to give us satiation, and our experience tells us that whatever limited lives we have led so far, intuitively we know that something is not working out, okay, and it cannot satiate it. And our scriptures telling us, be rest assured, even the people that you think are happy have same problems to deal with. Okay, no matter how happy they look on Instagram or Facebook or other places, right? It is said when you see those beautiful pictures, first of all, the DPs, right, our display pics, they are not as good as it seems on Facebook, and they're not as bad as they seem on your driver's license. Okay, it's somewhere in between. Reality is somewhere in between. But the fact is, nobody's truly, they are just a projection of a moment in life, not reality as such. Our scriptures are telling us that. Now let's move on. Now I'm going to ask you this question. When you look at this image of God, what emotion does it evoke in you? Anybody? Let's say God comes in front of you. What emotion will it evoke in front of you? Shamji, please go ahead.
Yes, Samji. Radhe, please go ahead.
Radhe. It's more of respect, I'll say that. Than anything else. Yeah.
Respect, reverence. Very true. Anybody else? Yeah. Anybody disagrees? Anybody feels like jumping into the lap of God in this place? I'm going to put an arm around him and jump into his lap and... No? Okay, good. Respect, which is a good thing. Yes, Payalji, go ahead.
Yes, Payalji. Radhe, please go ahead.
Radhe Radhe. Surrender is the word that is coming to my mind right now. As
Got
soon
it.
as
Got it.
So it's surrender, complete surrender.
Sure. Okay, we'll continue. Yes, I can see a few more hands. Yes, please.
Yes, Kripa
What is
ji.
the first emotion that comes? Let me add a few more pics and you can add to the color. Okay, I'm putting this picture and then this picture and this as well. Okay, so just tell me on the first row that you see, what emotion is coming in when you look at this picture of God? Yes, Kripa.
I was gonna say I think I would be scared if I saw so many heads in front of me. Like,
Mhm.
I mean, I don't know, that's probably a bad emotion, but like that's the first thing that came into my mind.
Okay, no, that's fair enough. Thanks for relaying your exact sentiment that you would feel. Good to know that, and that's good actually. See, if that's the bad news, you'll get scared. The good news is that you are not the only one. Arjun felt the same as well. Arjun, he also felt the same. He freaked out looking at that, and he said, "Can you please come back to your two-armed form?" When he looked at his cosmic form, by his grace, of course. Good. Yes, Sairamji, you wanted to add something?
Sairam ji, please go ahead.
Not too much to add. I think others already covered it. But I think the first thing that came to my mind was Aishwarya.
Sure. Very true. Now you're getting into Tattva Gyan and technicalities. Very nice. I thought I saw Monika's hand as well. You wanted to add something? Okay. So the the theme that I have seen is awe, reverence, scare, Aishwarya, respect kind of a deal. And between the last two and first three, if one were to choose, which one would you prefer? That is a four-armed form of Narayan is there as well. I thought I saw Monica G's hand as well. If you're there, you want to add something to the discussion right now? Okay. Anybody who wants to add between these two, which one would you prefer? The four-armed formed or? Yes, Sairamji?
Yes, Sairam ji, please go ahead.
I think all of them are Aishwarya because even Shankh, Chakra, Gada, Padma form is also, I think, Aishwarya only.
You would probably feel like reciting Vishnu Sanskrit, right? That can happen as well. Great. Let's yes, Surya Prakash, you wanted to add something?
Surya Prakash ji, please go ahead. Radhe Radhe.
This Narayana image, I try to pray the God.
Got it. You pray or reverence. Perfect.
Yes.
Great. So this is called the Aishwarya form of God. Okay, like Sairamji rightly pointed out. And then if you look at this picture, what kind of emotion these evoke when you look at these pictures? It's not rocket science. Yeah, anybody can tell what do they feel when they look at God this way? Yes, Sandhya?
Sandhya ji, please go ahead.
Yeah, love.
Love, right? Feel good, love.
Well, relation that you can establish.
Boy next door who's approachable, right? All these emotions come. Yes, Shyamji?
Yes, Shyam ji.
Yeah, rather the same love. This is what I'm praying for last 5-6 years. This is how I want him. That's for sure. Nothing
Great.
beyond this. Yeah.
Yes, Pallavi, you wanted to add something as well?
Yeah, the same feeling, love.
So if you were given a choice, which one would you prefer basically to see God in?
Yeah, I'll prefer to see God in a little Krishna form, as me as Yashoda Maiya and Krishna as my baby.
And who out of you feels that when Krishna comes in that form, he becomes any less than what he truly is, like in his cosmic form? Anybody who has that kind of a thought process or belief system around it, that God becomes less God when he comes in a personal form and becomes a baby or something like that? Of course not, right? Okay.
No, of course not. Yeah.
Good. So this is called Aishwarya, this is called Madhurya. Now let's get into a few technicalities around this. So we said now I will add another dimension to it. Okay. People say you are objectifying God. Let's talk about that concept. Now I'll throw another option to you. See God as a formless light, or you see God in his cosmic form, or you see God in his endearing personal form. Logically speaking, the way we are wired, humans, or in general, which one would be more palatable to you and for what reason is something I would like to really have a quick discussion before we move further. It's a very important concept to understand because it confuses people as well, and it's important to get the fundamentals right, because that will set the tone for our devotion as well.
Yes, Sandhya ji, please go ahead.
The endearing personal form, something with which we can connect, which we can relate to, something which is like us, relatable that way.
Something which is relatable and which is an endearing form. Great point. Because it's something which is comprehensible for us as well, and something that we can have a faith that we can build a relationship. Very common sense, right? Anybody has an alternate opinion about it? That I would rather think of God as light, because it's very difficult for me to imagine God can have a form, or I would rather have a respectful opinion about God only, rather than thinking of hugging him, cuddling him, taking him in my arm, or jumping in his lap and stuff like that. Anybody who feels this is kind of breaching the protocol with God, or violating the decorum of God, or something of that sort?
I was with Brahma Kumaris for almost a year, and there we used to worship God in like a light form, and had some difficulty in reaching out to God in that way. Really had to make an effort to point at a point and then go to the point and come back to the point. So it was there for almost a year. Then suddenly I switched over to Krishna. I was always there. So it's much easier to see him, trust him, love him, be friendly with him, ask him, scold him. You can do what you want, feel like doing that. And it's much easier, much pleasurable form of this personal form, I feel so.
Beautiful. Very nicely
Radhe,
said.
Radhe.
Yeah.
Radhe, Radhe. In fact, that effulgence of God is the light form. Okay, and there are a lot of traditions, even in our Sanatan Dharam, that just focus on light aspect of it, Brahma Jyoti, right? Or merging into the light. That aspect of devotion they do. When you do the formless aspect of God, it is like mothers, right, who have nurtured a baby in their womb. If you ask them a choice, which one is more pleasurable, holding the baby and having a feeling they have a baby in their womb, or actually holding it in their lap or in their hands? I think the answer would be the pleasure of holding it in hands is much more. Both were pleasurable. It's a feeling, right, that you have, but you have not held the thing. Same is the difference between formless and the form aspect of God. Formless, you know the feeling, but you have not really tasted the nectar of God. And that can happen only when you do it in a personal form of God. People say, how can you objectify God? No, God is not objectified. God can have both form as well as formless, because you cannot limit him. We have a form, he can take on a form. And that is why he takes on an avatar to reveal his true nature, how to build a connect with him. He does it as a part of his causeless mercy, not to kill the demons. That he can do just like that. Yes, Pallaviji, you wanted to add something?
So Rati ji has a different opinion, and Surinder ji also has different answer. So we would like to hear from them.
Yes, please. Yeah,
Yes.
that'll be nice.
Rati ji, please
Rati ji.
raise your hand so that I can unmute you.
Yes, Rati ji, please go ahead.
And let me find her.
No.
Yes, Rati ji.
Again, I
You are
want to
unmuted.
call that
Please
out.
go ahead.
Yes, Rati ji, please go ahead. We are not able to hear you, Rati ji.
Radhe Radhe.
Radhe Radhe. Now we can hear you. A little feeble, but yeah, it's better. Please go ahead.
I would prefer cosmic form.
Okay.
Reason is, as you have read Gita completely, but so far, with my knowledge, what I feel is, with that avatar, you actually already your avarans get away. So cosmic form for me, you know your all problems, your all how to say, whatever you feel your world is, it becomes just a bit of nothing with cosmic form, to me. So, and also I see myself as there is this my creator and I'm the creation. Hence the faith in me, I believe, with cosmic forms become more than 100%.
Got it. Perfect. Understood. Yes, it's a matter of personal choice, and I will tell you what happens when we go from one form to another and why some people may have an awe and reverence for the cosmic form or light for that matter. Let's hear from Surendraji as well, and then we'll proceed
Mhm.
further.
Thank you.
Great point, Ratiji. I think you called out something very interesting that I'm going to talk about in the next slide. Yes,
Mhm.
Surendraji.
Yes, Surendraji, please go ahead.
Radhe Radhe Prabhu.
Radhe Radhe.
I look at the Supreme Soul as the formless energy, and energy is depicted by the light. So, therefore, I understand, because when we see these forms like cosmic form or the personal form, then we relate to our human beings, uh, like acting in a Ramlila or something. I would surely go with the formless energy.
Okay. In 9/11, Lord Krishna says, Avajananti mam mudha manushim tanumashritam param bhavam jananto mam bhuta maheshwaram. Check it out, 9/11. It's not a good number, right? 9/11, you know that historically it's not a good number, but in Shloka, Lord Krishna is saying that when I descend in human form on this earth, people with dim intellect, they consider me as a human. They don't understand who I am, right? When I actually take on a form like Krishna or Ram, only param bhavam jananto, people who have advanced in devotion, they can understand my true nature at that point. They may seem like, see, when we do Ram Leela, we don't become Ram. Similarly, when Ram does Nar Leela, he does not become Nar. And he does extreme Leela. Scriptures tell us that. And Arjun has asked this question. Between the formless, I think 12th, chapter 12, Shloka 2, 11th Shloka talks about, Arjun says, tell me decisively, who is the superior yogi? The one who worships a formless or the one who worships form? You can go and check it out, Lord Krishna's response around it. So form but having said that, it is a matter of personal choice. Like Ratiji said, that awe-inspiring form evokes the sentiments of God. And when we get into devotion, it is called in Narad Bhakti Darshan Gun Rahitam, Kamana Rahitam. So are we saluting his cosmic form or are we saluting the God? That is the question. Anyways, that's a matter of personal choice, but let me get into the theory aspect of it.
Personal form relates to ultimate death. So we can't imagine that the Almighty, this energy has to die. No, that's why I say that any form, we know that ultimately he died at the Somnath area.
Yeah, so it is called closing of pastime. God is taking birth, God is administering the universe, and God is present as a light pervading. He can do that simultaneously. So because he closes his pastimes during avatar time, after avatar time, like Ram Bhagwan, when he came, he ruled for 11,000 years. It's not called death. They close their pastime. Same thing, Krishna avatar happened. It's not like death. And there is a theory which says something that comes and goes cannot be that. No, but I'm talking from a scriptural standpoint, which Sri Maharaj beautifully explains. So God can exist simultaneously during an avatar time. If he closes his avatar time, does not mean that he has become any less or he's not administering the universe. So it's just a matter of understanding. He has a form as well as he's formless. Has a personal abode, and at the same time, you could be worshipping him as a light as well. That Birja river that we spoke about. So this is from scriptures basically, but I understand there are philosophies which like to believe in God as light only, right? If you go to Arya Samaji, they will say, everything, they will negate even the scriptures, Vedas, everything, and only rely on one book, which was written by, I think, Dayanand Saraswati ji, and nothing else basically. But there are different around it. But there's no scriptural basis for it. This is coming directly from scriptures, as explained by Jagat Guru Tam. The Jagat Guru, the most, even amongst the Jagat Gurus, who was like the top Jagat Guru. This philosophy is coming directly from him and explained from the authorities of Vedas, not because I feel or somebody else feels it that way. Anyways, let's move on. So here is the bhav, here is the intimacy aspect of God. Okay. So formless is fine. Now let's get into the formless is called bare minimum. In fact, a devotee says, when you worship formless and merge with that, it is called spiritual suicide. I mean, it's a very strong term, but it's a spiritual suicide because now you have forfeited the opportunity of God's bliss. You have forfeited the opportunity to serve Him in His personal abode. You have forfeited the opportunity of divine love. You have forfeited the opportunity to participate in His personal pastimes. And most importantly, you have really forfeited the opportunity to serve Him through this eternity. And that is the highest prize a soul can get, which we are going to discuss later, maybe tomorrow's session. So within the form, the first one is called the Shant Bhav. Like I think Ratiji said, where you want to worship God from a distance. He is my king and I'm how insignificant I am and how grand God is. And that evokes the sentiments, respect, awe, reverence, and helps us appreciate who God is. So that is called Shant Bhav. That is the first level of worship. And the proximity, if you look at it, the distance is very, very far. When you worship God as a king, you don't take the liberty of getting into his palace or building a personal rapport. Correct? It will not come. It is called Shant Bhav. Beyond that comes Dasya Bhav. Now what happens? The intimacy and the bhav has increased. Now you can go to his palace and touch his feet, serve him. Right? A servant can come and serve. But a king with his subject, they don't have that relationship. So Dasya Bhav means you have become closer, like Hanumanji had a Dasya Bhav for Lord Ram. Beyond that is Sakhya Bhav. Sakhya Bhav means friend. You can put an arm around him. Right? Even if your friend is an IAS officer or a president, and if you have studied together in a college, when you go to and meet him, you will say, come here. You don't have that awe and reverence. I mean, you have it at the back of your mind that this guy has become very big in life. You may joke around with him, but you still take some liberties because you are close to him. That becomes Sakhya Bhav. Fourth one is Vatsalya Bhav. Now, Vatsalya Bhav, now you have more freedom. Like Mother Yashoda, she would even beat him up with stick. Can a friend do that? No, friend will probably not. Das can definitely not. And when you're thinking of as a king, you won't even think about it. And if you're doing formless, all these are out of equation because you are already merged with the effulgence aspect of it. Forget about the personal form. So it is becoming more closer and sweeter now. Right? Mother Yashoda is tying Krishna as well. That is called Vatsalya Bhav. And beyond that is called Madhurya Bhav. Madhurya Bhav is beloved, where you consider God as your beloved, your sweetheart, your Valentine, okay, so to say. And when you do that, all the other bhavs automatically come under it. You can treat him as your kid, you can treat him as your friend, you can treat him as your master, and of course as a king as well. All bhavs are automatically covered when you have established, if you're brave enough to establish loving relationship with God. Now I understand it's a little difficult for guys, but technically all souls are girls only, females only. But then if you can actually develop that kind of a sentiment for God, it is called Madhurya Bhav, where you leave the magnificent part aside. Aishwarya Shakti, you said, all right, you may be a judge pronouncing orders in court, but for me, you are my little Lala, or for me, you are my sweetheart. Okay, don't give me all your official looks here. You just belong to me, and they leave his Aishwarya part aside, the official part aside. That is called this beauty or the sweetness of the love, Madhurya Bhav. And within that, if you look at it, the Bhav is increasing, the proximity, the distance is shrinking as well. And this is Madhurya Bhav is the top, and it is called Brajras from Dasya Bhav onwards. When you start touching God, taking liberties, it is called Brajras. Now, this is where Maharajji's second line comes. Teri mehfil si mehfil nahi hai. Now we are entering into the mehfils of God. Okay, the infinite mehfils of God. We are trying to enjoy the mehfil of this world, but these are the mehfils of God. The pastimes of God, the leelas of God, we can't even imagine the possibilities there. You are already God realized. You are not going to come back to this world. It is not like you will be back in this material world after that. So this bhajan, Maharajji has so beautifully done. This is called Brajras. Okay. And this is what Maharajji is saying. Teri mehfil si mehfil nahi hai. In addition, he says, तेरे रस का लगा चस्का जिसको, लगता वैकुंठ भी फीका उसको. Now Vaikuntha comes in Shant Bhav. Formless comes even before that. So formless is not even being talked about here. The moksha, merging with formless, it's not even spoken about here. Mukti, moksha is like, all right, let's not even talk about it, because it's a base starting point for Brahmalina people who wants to merge with the light. He said, forget about that. Let's not even talk about it. Beyond that comes Vaikuntha. And Vaikuntha I'm going to talk about is the Shanta Bhav, where, in Vishnu is in four-armed form, you are worshipping, but from a distance. And it is saying, Tere ras ka laga chaska. Which ras is being talked about here? Braj ras. Okay, the Braj ras. He's saying one who tastes that nectar, even Vaikuntha they will reject. Okay, let's understand. It's pretty deep, right? So that is essentially the proximity and the bhav aspect that we do with God. Now within Madhurya as well, let's see, we've gone to the Brajras and the Madhurya aspect of it. Within Madhurya also there are different possibilities. Now I'll give you options again and you choose the one that you think would be appropriate for you. Now within Madhurya, Aishwarya Madhurya, let's look at this first of all. You have Vishnu form, 100% Aishwarya. Okay. After cosmic form, you have Vishnu form. Wow, God, how powerful he is. So many universes are coming out of him. People are going into his mouth and new people are coming out. That is a cosmic form which will invoke fear, respect, because of his attribute, the gun that you're looking at. He is so grand. Right? Bhakti is gun rahitam. You don't even look at the gun. You leave it aside. So in Vishnu form, there is 100% Aishwarya, 0% Madhurya. Furthermore, you get into his Dwarkadhish form. Now what happens? 20% Madhurya has come, but 80% Aishwarya is there. The proximity is still a king. Okay. Now furthermore, you go into his Mathura form. It's 50-50 now. And furthermore, when you get to Braj or Vrindavan, 0% and 100%, Aishwarya Shakti is banished from the land of Braj. Don't even come there. Okay. Now it serves God, that is a different matter, because when Yashoda Maya is showing him stick, Aishwarya Shakti is the servant of God and it is thinking, oh, my master is in deep trouble. I need to help him out. So it shows that cosmic, the entire universe inside its mouth to save him. But Krishna says, get lost. I don't need you here because I want to enjoy and relish the personal bliss with my devotees here and give them the same bliss. Now, when that rasas Leela is happening, both Yashoda Maya and Krishna, through their Yogamaya power, he makes the devotee and himself also forget that he is God. Because if Yashoda Maya knows he's God and he knows, then that ras will be lessened. So both are banished. So he, through his Yogamaya power, he has a power to make himself forget and the devotee also forget. So they are actually feeling that at that moment. Yes, Samji had a question. Which one would you prefer? Is that you're going to answer that or you had a question?
Please go ahead, Samji.
Nitinji, I would love to prefer the Madhurya Bhav. But
And
I raised for a question.
And I'm so surprised you chose Madhurya Bhav and not the Aishwarya Bhav. Just kidding.
Now, currently the inclination is towards Aishwarya, but I would love to be at Madhurya. So that's the goal.
That's good to
The
know.
question is, see, there is this Vaidhi Bhakti, Raganga Bhakti, right? So
Yes.
Raganga Bhakti is completely Madhurya?
Raganuga Bhakti is building bottom-up sanskars for Madhurya Bhav. And I'm going to talk about this topic tomorrow or day after. Okay, Raganuga Bhakti versus Vaidhi Bhakti. It's a very, very important concept to understand. And hopefully it will remove some cobwebs from your mind related to some of the things that are misunderstood about Bhakti. People get fearful, right? People get doubts. They get too hung up into empty rituals and stuff like that. We'll tackle that concept as well. But yes, Raganuga Bhakti is purely love-based. Love is the driving or motivation behind that Bhakti. Everything else takes a backseat. Does it make sense?
Yeah,
Okay.
okay, then I'll wait for that session to
Yes,
ask
please.
further questions.
We have given you a teaser, so you have to wait for it now. Okay. Yes, Sai Ramji.
Please go ahead, Radhe Radhe.
Yes, Sai Ramji.
Somehow I'm not able to unmute him. Okay. Yeah, Sai Ramji, please go ahead. Yeah. We can't hear you, Sai
We can't
Ramji.
hear you. You may have to rejoin, Sai Ramji.
Yes.
Let's
Yeah.
take another question and then we'll make quick announcements and then I'll move further. It doesn't stop here, by the way. Okay, what I've told you, it goes a little deeper also. Okay, but let's wait for that and here take a couple of questions, then make the announcements and then we move further.
Yeah. SSSG, please go ahead. Radhe Radhe.
SSG, Seva, Satsang and Sadhana ji, please go ahead.
Radhe Radhe. Sir, about this form and formless bhakti,
Mhm.
now in forms there are thousands and thousands forms and detail, and there may be many details in that. But
Yes.
suppose if we focus on Mohini avatar form, then will it distract the mind, or still we can focus on Mohini avatar and do the bhakti?
Okay, so that's a very valid question. So Ishtadev, choosing the form. See, when you understand the theory behind forms, you understand that it's the same God taking on different forms and energies, right? Moon is one. If you put 1,000 vessels below, how many moons you would see? 1,000 reflections. Has it made moon 1,000 times? No, moon is still the same. So when you pick up Ishtadev, there's benefits of actually picking Krishna because we have Roop Madhuri, Leela Madhuri, Prem Madhuri, and there is one more, I think, Madhuri, Bal Madhuri. These Madhuris you can. If you do Ram Bhagwan, of course you can, worship him, but there is an Maryada Purushottam aspect to him. There are certain liberties you cannot take. So Mohini Avatar, if it entices you, go for it. But then there are certain protocols with each avatar, in the sense your mind will not naturally gravitate towards that. For example, if I am a worshipper of Lord Shiva, they are all the same, by the way. A pure devotee does not discriminate between avatars. They understand they are all the forms of my God only. Okay? It's in a different mood. It's like Father, he's in an official mood. Father is now in a playful mood. Father is now going out for jogging. So different attires for the same Father. So they don't get confused that my Father has changed. Okay. But when you attach your mind to a personal form, then there are certain, things that you have to go with. Like, for example, if you are a worshipper of Shiva, can you imagine, jumping in the lap of Shiva or putting your hand around him? In fact, if you see Shiva's Rudragan, his marriage, it will freak you out. You will faint. So the benefit of Krishna form is he actually revealed his true nature in all the forms. And he's given all the madhuris for the mind to engage itself in. You can engage with Lord Ram as well. Like Tulsi Das ji, he continued to worship Lord Ram. So they are different forms of the same God only. There's no difference between them. You attach your mind to the form that is more palatable to you and keep digging that well. Then you don't say a little bit of this, little bit of that, little bit. No, that's not how it goes, because you'll not be able to deepen your relationship in that case. I hope I answered your question.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, Lakshmi ji.
Yeah, if I can take a quick moment to make announcements.
Yes,
and
let's
then I
take
can-
announcements
yeah.
and then we move forward on the discussion.
Yeah.
It's an interesting discussion that we're having, by the way. So
Yeah, very, very interesting discussions going on. This is festivities time as well, and there are a lot of exciting festival and grand celebrations are going to happen. So first is about Diwali Grand Mahotsav, which is going to start from October 21st to October 25th. And it is in RKT Temple, and there will be 11,111 diyas will be light up. There's a lot of like fireworks, Ram Leela, cultural program, Govardhan Puja, Diwali Puja, food festival, Annakut, you name it. And it is a must attend Diwali Mahotsav. It will fill your Diwali with a lot of joys. So please do attend this Mahotsav. The next very exciting event is about RKT Diwali dinner. This is going to be on Saturday, October 29th. And it looks like this can't be virtual, right? Because it's dinner. Yeah.
It cannot be virtual, but did you get the schedule of Swamiji? He's going to be here for
Keynote by Swamiji. Yes.
No, he's going to be here. Does anybody know that dates around that? He's going to be here on the week of Diwali. So if you're in or around Dallas, it's a great opportunity to meet him in person. If you have that, please do
Wow.
share. I don't have the exact dates with me as yet, but I believe he's going to be here on 20th or 21st. If anybody knows, please let me know.
Wow, that's exciting.
And for Diwali, what you need to do is you need to take a quick reel, and say Happy Diwali holding a Bhagavad Gita book. And Sandhya is going to share a folder with you, and she's going to give you a demo how to do that.
Yeah, Sandhya ji, please go ahead. Radhe Radhe. Yeah.
No, I was just saying, yes, we want you to record a video of yours, 5-second video, holding this Bhagavad Gita. Okay, this is like my background is not showing it so clearly, but yeah, holding the Bhagavad Gita book and send it to us.
In a portrait mode, right?
In a portrait mode. So like, you know, like mobile this
Like
way.
this mode. Yeah.
Yeah, vertical.
Vertical
Yes,
mode.
like Shyamji is doing.
5 seconds, and you can, yes, right, exactly that way.
Happy Diwali. You have to say Happy
Shyamji.
Diwali, and we'll make a nice collage out of it. And it's a good way to, spread the word around Bhagavad Gita book for Swamiji. Happy Diwali, and good way to publicize our sessions as well. So everything can be accomplished through that. So please do that 5-second reel, and we'll share the link for that, right? Where to put that?
Yeah,
I will
please share the link.
I will share a link to a Google Drive. You can upload that video over there.
What is the day, by which day we have to do that, Sandhya ji?
In 3 days, I don't know.
3 days, 72 hours. Your time.
This weekend is that I think deadline, right?
5 seconds.
Monday is Diwali, so yeah.
5 seconds should not be a big deal. I would like everybody to come forward.
Upload a 5-second video saying Happy Diwali with Swamiji's Bhagavad Gita book, and it will be by this weekend.
Yes, you can also say Shubh Diwali. I'm receiving message.
Shubh
But with
Diwali.
respect to book, we would suggest if you can have this book by Swamiji.
Yes. You can say it in Hindi, Sanskrit, or English. All three are acceptable. All right.
In Sanskrit and Hindi, it will be same, right? Shubh Deepavali, right?
I would like to believe so.
I've been not attending the Sanskrit class. Okay, so I think, is there any more? There is one more quick announcement about Tulsi Viva, upcoming Tulsi Viva program. That is going to be November 4th to 5th. I believe this could be virtual as well.
Sure.
And this is just to add, it's going to be very exciting. Like Tulsi Viva is Viva of Krishna with Tulsi. And they'll also have Haldi, Sangeet, Mehendi on 4th and Viva on 5th. So I am very excited. It's the first time.
And wedding ceremony of Krishna with Tulsi. So it will be a lot of good food as well, right?
Yep. Thank you. Great.
Thank you so much. Yeah. Great, exciting
Hands,
time.
and then, Sandhya, was there anything else you wanted to announce? The portal and stuff?
Yes, portal, as well as there was this performance. Performance we'll bring in later.
Yeah, performance we will play when we get to the devotional segment. We'll play the performance. Let's take the questions and then we get into that.
So portal, should I share right now?
Portal, yeah, you can probably take 2 minutes, and then we'll take the 3 hands. I see 2 hands, Monica ji and Lakshmi ji. Let's quickly show the portal and whatever you wanted to announce.
Okay, I'll just start sharing my screen. Okay, so I guess all of you can see this.
Yes.
So there are so many updates on our JKO community portal, the Daily Wisdom from Bhagavad Gita page. I hope many of you have by now joined it. So we always have the daily summary posted over there, like for every day, whatever session happens, we have a summary, a crisp, precise summary on which you can comment and continue the discussion. And nowadays we also have a beautiful like tasks and threads which have been started. Like for example, today Kripa started this thread in which we can all talk about our daily gratitude. We can express things for which we feel gratitude. And you can see very enchanting video also of our little Krishna. And then Aditya ji has been posting beautiful lines that he is writing himself. So, and they are very deep. So I would really strongly recommend you all to go read it and, participate in the conversation and many more. So there are lots of interesting conversations, threads, enchanting pictures, and tasks that you can get engaged in. So please participate at the community portal and get benefited of this.
Right.
That is it.
That daily
And-
tracker as well.
Yeah, yeah.
Do take a look at that tracker. It's a good opportunity to have some accountability around things you want to work and declare it to everybody. That way you can go and update it and say, today I failed, today I succeeded, I failed, succeeded, and you can actually monitor your progress. A lot of people have signed up for it. I need to go back and update it for the last few days, but it's a great tool that you can take benefit from.
You can see this, right? Or the daily tracker?
Yeah,
Mhm.
you can see.
Yeah,
that.
okay. So this is the daily tracker where we are monitoring like one thing that we resolve to do on a daily basis. We are writing it down over here, and also one thing that we will not do and one thing that we will do, like making a habit and breaking a habit basically and tracking it.
Yes.
So that's it.
Thank you, Sandhya.
Thank you.
Wonderful. A lot of things to take benefit from. So do check it out and do participate. We'll build a body of knowledge and tools on this portal. Okay, now get back to, we can see 3 hands. Let's starting with Lakshmi ji and then Monica ji and Sairam ji.
Thank you for waiting, Lakshmi ji. Radhe Radhe, please.
Yeah, Radhe Radhe Pallavi ji, Sandhya ji, and Nitin ji.
Radhe Radhe.
My question is like, if we do service to God, Sri Krishna, and also as a friend we discuss and show love to him and gratitude, does all this come into Madhurya Bhav, or my question is that.
So it's very difficult. See, when you do your meditation or when you approach God, there would be one dominant bhav. Initially, you may have to experiment with it. Madhurya bhav is just like you would treat your beloved,
Yeah.
like your spouse or your lover.
Yeah.
Okay, that is the Madhurya bhav, the gopi bhav.
But when we treat him like a lover or we show love, but at the same time we do share and then express our gratitude, everything will be a mixture of
Madhurya bhav covers everything. That is what I'm saying. All the other bhavs, they come underneath it.
Okay.
When you love somebody, sometimes you can treat them like a baby also, or a king as well. So all the bhavs are covered. But when you consider somebody king, all of a sudden you cannot just go and hug him because you have that.
So when we are in Madhurya Bhav, all other comes into
yes,
that.
Automatically. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Radhe Radhe.
Radhe Radhe. Thank you. No, it doesn't stop at that. Okay, I'm going to go into some more deeper aspects tomorrow. So stay tuned on that. But let's continue.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, Monica ji.
Yes, Monica ji. Radhe Radhe, please.
Radhe Radhe, everyone. So I did not have question, Nitin ji. I had a request for everyone that when you record your video or you wish online or social media, please use Shubh Diwali instead of Happy Diwali, because Shubh is original, and in Sanskrit also, in Hindi also. I mean, I'm not comparing. It's beyond comparison, right? Our Sanatan Dharma. But again, Merry Christmas doesn't become Happy Christmas. Eid Mubarak doesn't become, Shubh Eid or something. Let's stick to our originality, and it's a request again. Wish is yours, but let's stick to Shubh Diwali, please.
Sure. Shubh Deepavali, even better, I would say.
Yes, Deepavali is better actually, but I thought that probably that's more of a request. I'm going to do Shubh Deepavali because Deepavali is again original. So let's do Shubh Deepavali.
Sure. Look forward to the video, and I look forward to tons of videos from this session. So everybody, it's a good opportunity to put faces to names as well, because most of you are not turning on your cameras. It's a good opportunity to do it that way. Thank you, Monica ji, for bringing it out. Is there any question you had as well?
I had a question on Karma Yoga, but can I ask it now?
Sure, go ahead, please.
Okay, now for example, Nitinji, I started attending Bhagavad Gita classes now, and now I know more about Karma Yoga and probably have clarity more on it. But let's say someone like me or people get enlightened by let's say at the age of 50 or 55. What happens to the karma they did before that, unintentionally? So they still have to come back to the outside, or do they have the opportunity to
Ignorance,
resolve it?
ignorance is not a bliss. So as humans, it's expected for us to, have that spark and gain the right knowledge, because God will not basically give us credit for being ignorant.
Right.
So that's fine. We all have been ignorant for so many lifetimes, and we continue to be ignorant even now. And just because we are reading doesn't make us fully knowledgeable, because even after knowing, we'll not be able to put it to practice, right? It's a long journey. So wherever we start, it is fine. God looks at our intent, and there is no time limit as such. You could actually perfect that, in next week or maybe next day, and somebody it could take, tons of years. So it is nothing that we started late or, we've lost out on that. Whenever we get this knowledge, we start aligning to these principles and start enjoying the journey, not even worry about, how long it will take or have I lost a lot of time. So let's build on what we have, and that is how I look at it. For some people, even after getting the knowledge, they're not able to make a difference. And for some, they just take a fast track. But the good thing is, out of 8 billion people, only handful get this opportunity, and you should consider yourself extremely lucky.
Yes. Yes.
So, but yeah, to your point, if you have not done perfect Karam Yoga, of course, it has a bearing. That is why we are repeating on this, right? But the good thing is, now we can start investing our time, thoughts, energy around the principles, and then we can make really fast progress. And we should not even think about the outcome. The journey itself is so beautiful. And like Swamiji always says, that life transformation, when you start aligning to this principle, this journey, it's so beautiful that you don't even care about the destination. Right? The calm, the bliss, the happiness and joy and all that stuff that you start experiencing on this path, you will realize that, nothing in the material world gave you that feeling before. So I think whenever we get to know it, jab jago tab savera, not worry about what has happened before. So hope I answered your question.
Ji. Thank you.
Thank you. Radhe Radhe. Yes, Dr. Sandhya Bhatia.
Yes,
Sairamji has a question that he has sent.
Sairamji, you had a hand raised as well.
Yeah, we can ask him to.
Yes, Sairamji, we couldn't hear you previously. So if you are there, please go ahead.
Please go ahead, Sairamji. Radhe Radhe.
I think we are muting, unmuting at the same time. Now you're good.
Yes. Please go ahead.
Radhe
Radhe Radhe, are you able to hear me?
Yes, we are able to hear you.
Oh, okay, great. If there is time, I had a quick question. If Braj Ras Vrindavan is already 100% Madhurya, then what is this Kunj and Nikunj? What is it, infinite percent or something?
You have jumped the gun now, but we will get into it tomorrow, right? I'm going to talk about within Madhurya also. Now we are getting, it's like sugarcane, then you make jaggery, then you make mishri, you make chini. There are some gradation of that as well. So we will talk about it tomorrow.
Okay, thank you, Radhe Radhe.
We've run out of time today, but yes, it's a very valid question. So I'll talk about within Madhurya Bhav also, what are the possibilities based on, Bhakti has a lot of variety and infinite potential. So we'll talk about that, but it's a very valid question. Thank you for asking that, Sairamji.
Thank you, Radhe Radhe.
Radhe Radhe. Yes, Pallaviji.
Yes, Nitinji,
Okay, so
I'll ask.
Typically, I just wanted to announce, sorry, Pallaviji, 10 o'clock, we wrap up our session, and after 10 o'clock, it is devotional segment. So don't think, if you're running short of time, please feel free to, but you're welcome to stay back for next 15 minutes or so, because we are going to play a video. You'll be amazed to see that video, okay, that performance that Sandhya is going to play, and we do a bit of a chanting. That is how we typically wind up our session. Yes, Pallaviji.
Yeah, it's a quick question, Nitinji from Samji. So if we can take this question, that would be great.
Sure.
The question is about, so Yogmaya's job is only to arouse Madhurya Bhav in devotees. That means Yogmaya is present only in Braj or Vrindavan. That is the question from Samji. Yeah.
No, Yogamaya is a Atarangi, or basically inseparable power of God, okay, which is always serving, right? So Aishwarya Shakti, when I said about Braj, I said Aishwarya Shakti of God is banished from the land of Braj. Yogamaya is always with God. See, when Lord Krishna lifted the Govardhan hill, The kids, they said they first of all they thought that they are the ones who are doing it. Okay, Krishna is just putting his little finger and they are the ones who are doing the hard work there. And then when Indra and everybody came, they got, oh my God, all of a sudden Aishwarya Chintan came into their mind. So Krishna's thought, this Aishwarya Chintan will spoil the sweetness that I enjoy with them. So through his Yogamaya power, he made them forget. Same thing happens to Yashoda Maiya also when she saw that entire Brahmand inside Krishna's mouth. Aishwarya Chintan came, oh my God, who is this little boy? And then Krishna said, okay, I'm not going to let that sweetness go away. And through his Yogamaya power, he made them forget. So Yogamaya power is always with God, inseparable with God. Aishwarya Shakti and other Shaktis are separate. Those are the ones which are banished from Braj, basically, because it can dilute the sweetness of that pastime. Okay.
Yeah, I hope your question is answered, Samji. Please give thumbs up if you are here.
Okay, great.
I
Are
think,
we good then?
Yeah.
Move to the devotional segment.
Yes.
Today we'll do it a little differently. We'll start by playing a video. I'm going to stop share and over to you, Sandhya, and then we get to Palji is already ready. I see that, and there may be a few more ready. So please prepare while you see the video.
Okay, I'll start sharing. Shares computer sound. Okay, right. Now let's start. So as you all can see, these younger Sakhi duo, the talented kids. And I'll just play their wonderful bhajan entry video.
Guru charan kamal balihar, Guru par tan man dhanwar, Guru charan dhuri sirdhar, Guru mahima parampar, Guru charan kamal balihar, Guru par tan man dhanwar, Guru charan dhuri sirdhar, Guru mahima parampar, Sadguru bhajanand kumar, Hari bhaj Sadguru sarkar, do ka do pran hamar, Guru mahima parampar, Guru mile kripa rizwar, Guru kripa mile sarkar, do kripa roop sagar, Guru mahima parampar, Guru pati tan so kar pyar, Hari nirmal jan ko yaar, yah antar sujan vichar, Guru mahima parampar, yah hai bhav sindhu apar, nar deh nav anuhar, navik Sadguru sarkar, Guru mahima parampar, jo samjha de shruti sar, ur bhara prem rijhwar, soi hai Sadguru sarkar, Guru soi kripalu sarkar, Guru charan kamal balihar, Guru par tan man dhanwar, Guru charan.
Yeah, okay. I think it was this much. Yeah. Wonderful.
Yeah, so that is our junior Sakhi duo. As you can see, the beautiful rendition that they have for Maharaj Ji. Pretty amazing. Both are so inspiring, and you just have to interact with them to understand the depth of their understanding and the kind of questions they ask, the way they go about it. Tremendous work ethic, just amazing. So our best blessings, wishes to both of them. And we'll see more of these performances, that much I can tell you. All right, let's take the remaining hands, and then we can complete our devotional segment as well. So Swati ji, you want to do art, and I can sing a couple of lines from the bhajan that I took in our today's session, right? It has a lot of profound Tattva, so I will sing it maybe after Swati ji, and then we'll let Payal ji wrap it up. Okay.
Swati ji, Radhe Radhe, please go ahead.
Radhe Swati ji.
Yeah, Radhe Radhe. I will just sing 2-3 lines. जय राधे राधे बोलिए वृंदावन में डोलिए, जय राधे राधे बोलिए वृंदावन में डोलिए, जय राधे राधे बोलिए बरसाना में डोलिए, जय राधे राधे बोलिए बरसाना में डोलिए. Thank you, Radhe Radhe.
Thank you, Swati ji. Short and sweet like always. Beautiful. Okay, so I'll sing a couple of lines from the bhajan because I didn't sing it during the session. So I think a couple of lines and then we'll move forward. लाखों महफिल जहां में यूं तो तेरी महफिल सी महफिल नहीं है. लाखों महफिल जहां में यूं तो तेरी महफिल सी महफिल नहीं है. कर्म है उनकी निष्काम सेवा, धर्म है उनकी इच्छा में इच्छा. सौंप दो उनके हाथों में डोरी, वो कृपालु है कम दिल नहीं है. लाखों महफिल जहां में तेरी महफिल सी महफिल नहीं है. Thank you. I like this line. It has a tattva gyan in it, right? Like karam hai, like we are talking about karam, karam yog, all that concept. In one line he said that karam hai unki nishkam seva, and that is what we're going to talk about tomorrow. And dharma hai unki ichha mein ichha, aligning to that principle, right? The surrender aspect of it. Simple. Scriptural thing is all given to you in one line. Okay, great. So last but not the least, Payal ji, over to you. And then let's immerse ourselves, close our eyes, and over to you. All yours.
Yeah. Awesome singing, Nitin ji. Lot of applause from a lot of participants. Lot of Payal ji, Radhe Radhe, please go ahead.
Yeah, Radhe Radhe everyone. So today also I'll attempt one Meera bhajan. माई रे मैंने गोविंद लीनो मोल, 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 माई रे मैंने गोविंद लीनो मोल. कोई कहे कारो, कोई कहे गुरु, कोई कहे कारो, कोई कहे गुरु, लीनो अमोलक मोल, माई रे मैंने गोविंद लीनो मोल,
माई रे मैंने गोविंद लीनो मोल। कोई कहे सस तो कोई कहे मैंगो, कोई कहे सस तो कोई कहे मैंगो, लीनो तराजू मोल का। माई रे मैंने गोविंद लीनो मोल। 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 राधे राधे। Thank you.
Beautiful. It's usually speechless, and I don't want to destroy the quality of silence after your song. So beautiful bhajan, rather anirvachaniya, right? Like we say. Let's leave it at that. And absolute delight, Payalji, to hear you always.
Thank you so much. Radhe Radhe.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Loved it. And with that, we come to the end of today's session. And stay safe, stay blessed. Have a great rest of your evening, good rest of your day. And I'll see you tomorrow. We will get into more depths of Bhakti, Madhurya Bhav tomorrow. Thank you.
Thank you
Radhe
so
Radhe.
much. Thank you so much, Nitinji, for such an amazing session. Thanks to all of you. Stay blessed, stay happy, safe. We'll see you tomorrow. Radhe Radhe.
Radhe Radhe.